The sofa is yours.
Hi, everybody.
I generally thought someone had come as a little pole, but it's Woody. I just saw the hat at first. That would be good. Hi, Chandler. How you doing?
Great. Yeah, it's great to see you guys here.
Yeah, they're excited. I love this. Like, just straight away, everyone's phone's just like, here he is. I've got this forever. You used to that, are you?
Yeah, I've been doing these conventions for 11 years, so it has been a while.
So, since you're actually a kid.
Yeah. I was 10 when I started on the show, so it has it's been a long time. Yeah.
10. How did you want to act, or were you just walking down the street like this?
Yeah, I had done like some like church plays and things like that, like a couple of like really small community theater shows here and there, and then started getting into more like film, like commercials and things like that, and just got a really lucky audition once, which is The Walking Dead. Yeah.
Where was Walking Dead shot?
In Atlanta. So I was actually born and raised in Georgia, and they put up a casting call for like a local hire for the role of Carl, and I got really lucky.
Yeah. Like as well, because The Walking Dead was already huge as a comic before you got there. So
Yeah.
you knew you walked into a huge role as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, like when you're 10 years old, it's kind of hard to grasp, like, you know, exactly what constitutes like a big show, you know, or what it's going to be at all. Because you know, we wrapped at the end of the first season when we shot the last scene. We were all like crying and hugging, and, like, because we didn't know if it would get picked up again. We didn't know if anyone would like it. Because we shot the pilot and the whole first season without any like, you know, feedback from the audience. No one had seen it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, we shot the whole thing not knowing if we'd get picked up, not knowing if we'd ever get to see each other again. So it was just a big gamble.
It was groundbreaking. Like zombie stuff was coming back into the sort of mainstream anyway. But that was the first zombie TV.
Yeah, no one cared about zombies back then, you know? The big thing, at least in the United States, the big thing was Twilight. So like vampires and all that stuff. So no one cared about zombies. Everyone thought it was like a zombie TV show. No one's gonna watch that garbage. And here we are.
Again, like the great thing about, especially those early seasons, again, this happens to shows a lot. Obviously, the budgets get bigger, and what you can do gets bigger. But when you're starting out, you don't know if it's going to be a success. You have to focus so much on the human drama. That yeah, it doesn't matter if it's zombies, vampires, whatever. As long as you know those characters.
Exactly. That's where we got really lucky with the source material, because the comic books, we were very, very fortunate that we had an amazing writing team and everyone to really make a great story within this insane, screwed up world. So yeah.
Oh, even with that, comics. So one of the things that kept the show so interesting was you couldn't cheat and see what happened in the comic. Because it went so many times.
Like so in total different directions from half the time.
Yeah. Again, I mean, it's a weird one, because I was going to say, were you a fan of the comics when you were 10, so...
I did. Well, when I got the audition, my parents, they let me read the comics, which I don't know if it was, I don't think they read it beforehand. I don't think they knew how graphic the comics were. And yeah, I started reading the comics. And then I became a fan of the comics. I would like stay up to date with it and like read every new issue as it would come out while I was on the show. So it was really cool to kind of see everything unfold in the scripts and how it would, like in the comic books, and I'd like compare it to. And I remember when the issue came out that Carl's eye got shot out, I was like, they just killed my character, no! But then the next issue came out, he was fine. But yeah, it was always like really, it was crazy. It was crazy.
It's so cool that you're a fan of the comics as well. Yeah, it's like exactly that. When you got spoilers, when you got shot in the
It's like 5 years ago.
Yeah. We're still walking. I assume they're all there today. But yeah, like when the origin happened, like the effects on that were like, I know you've got to cover it a lot, but a few times like it's just like, oh my god. How was that like acting with an eye patch? Oh, you just bumped it into
Terrible. There's a few people here that I've seen with Carl costumes. Are any of you in the crowd with Carl costumes? No? Okay. Well, there's a few here today. with Carl Cosmos. They have the eye patch on, and man, it sucks. It is terrible. Like, cause you lose all of your depth perception, so you can't see how far away things are, and you're like bumping into things. And man, the fear that runs through your body when you see like a bee or a wasp like buzzing around you in the middle of the scene, you can't react to it because like you're in the middle of a really intense scene, but like you just hear it buzz around, you can't see how far away it is terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know, you don't. And like, it's not like you're sort of going, oh yeah, my character has an eye patch, but they're it's quite a placid, sort of not very action-oriented show.
Yeah. It's crazy. We have it on for like 10 hours too. Not fun.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Is there anything that you wish was in the comics that you got to see on the show? Or?
Yeah, you know, when I heard that I wasn't going to be on the show anymore, I was kind of bummed out that my character, that I wouldn't get to do a lot of the really cool stuff, the Whisperers and everything that's in the comics. But then I watched season 9, and Matt Lynch, who played Henry, is a good friend of mine in real life. So seeing him get to do all the cool stuff that my character did in the comics, I was like, that this is more than enough that I could ask for. So it was.
It's nice that you, friends doing stuff. Because that is the thing. Like when we're going to talk about it. When they killed you off, I was just like, so I've read the comics. What? It was such a like, holy. This kid's. There's a swear word there. But yeah, like it was such a shock. It was like that was like a big move on their part.
Yeah. You know, I think what happened was that they turned Negan into such like a hardcore hated villain that they had to have something so drastic to make Rick not kill Negan. Something like his son's dying wish. You know, so that's kind of the dark thing they done.
So when did you find out that was happening?
I found out about 2 months before my last season.
Oh man. Because again, like you said, you got everyone who comes to respond to it, you all say it's like family.
Yeah. Especially like when you're growing up on a show too, it's like it's even more so like that, you know. I mean, those are the people that I grew up with. Right?
Yeah.
So it was really hard leaving the show, but you know, it opened up so many other doors for the projects that I could do, the characters that I could play, other projects that I could dive into and work on, and just getting so much better as an actor. So it's given me so many more possibilities than I ever thought possible.
It's amazing. Again, like say you grew up on the show, but you also, I imagine, cut your track on the show. I mean, you've got so many incredible people around you. You're 10, you start sort of in a show like that. You must have just sponged it all up and just,
Yeah, I mean, I got so lucky to work with such amazing actors and actresses that it's, you know, it's hard to pass any of that up. And it was great. It was great.
How was it like? Because a lot of shows as well, when someone grows up on the show, they have little kids out there. Is it a bit weird? Because I imagine I don't know how the shift schedule was. Could you still do school and stuff, or was school and stuff?
Yeah, I would. Luckily, the high school that I was going to, they were the principal of the school. His brother was a really big fan of the show, so it worked out really great for me. So he was like totally cool with me missing a bunch of school as long as I made up all the work and like took all my tests, all my homework and everything. So I was able to, you know, go to school all day, one day, and then like, you know, drive down to the set and like film for the rest of the night, or vice versa, just make up the schoolwork as I go along. I got really lucky. I got to be like a normal kid, and then on the weekends I come to things like these. So it's great. Yeah.
Big fans of coming to things like this. It's nice. And how was it like again? Like, because you're again, I don't want to dwell on your age because you know it's aging over you, but like. Going onto a set like that at 10 as well, were they sort of a bit sort of like, hey man, don't worry, or was it just really, it's really realistic on the show, but I imagine it's just a guy blowing dark and latex going, hey man, how are you?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of like going to conventions, because like, you see people, they're dressed up, and they look scary, but they're just normal people, just like walking around, like eating some french fries, or like, you know, at the end of the day, they're all just normal people that are just just hanging out there, just having like makeup on.
Who was in your tenure, who is your favourite villain? Did you get one in the season?
Yeah, oh man. I feel like Shane was like the coolest villain because he was like a protagonist that turned into an antagonist within like the span of like a few episodes, which you don't see often at all on television. So it was really, really cool. And I know he kind of outlived his life expectancy on the show in the first place, but I would love to see how Shane would react to some of the newer stuff.
I think this as well. I think Shane has been in season or two longer. He'd be an absolute asset. Because he was where everyone got to about 2 seasons later.
Yeah, exactly.
So everyone was still like, oh, we keep lost humanity. But then they're all like, we're all Shane now. Which is great. Yeah, I had a lot of love for the government. A lot of that.
Yeah.
Do you have I don't know if it's a thing you guys talked about on set, but I love how everyone has their own term for zombies. Zombie?
Yeah, well I think the idea is that they didn't, the word zombie didn't exist, I guess. And so, it's called all different fighters and walkers and...
Do you have a favorite?
Oh, my favorite like term to call them? I don't know. I think I like the kind of more like jokey names. Like I think Glenn called them lame brains or something. Or something. One of the characters called them lame brains or something. I like the joke names more.
So good, yeah. So good. Again, like given this as well, it's such a weird thing. It's like you love how it's evolved. Like I still see you said you're still watching it. It's weird to watch a world that's more evolved technologically. For society, like it's interesting, like to see where they, film technology is back and stuff like that. They have to preserve it in about 2008. Do you find it quite exciting when you see a world like that? Where it's like, oh yeah, like if the Walking Dead happened now, that's the thought point. You think it'd be a lot different if it was shot now than how it was then?
In terms of like how the story would be written. I don't think so, because I mean, at the end of the day, the stories that were written for the show, I mean, they can be taken into like, it can be at any point in technological advancement, but I don't think it's specific to like 2010.
I didn't know, because like, there's a thing now, like, there's a few zombie things that have done like, one of the big things is internet control and stuff like that. Like, would Cole be like, oh, my TikTok's gone down. Come on, man.
Yeah, I can see Carl being pretty pissed about losing his TikTok account.
There's a whole episode where he's still trying to do stories.
Yeah.
I love, again, it's no love. You and I can't think of our actual name now, you say the show. There's bits where like food is obviously a big thing in the world. They are my favourite episodes. The one where you guys find the chocolate frosting. But they have such a visceral reaction to watching it. Like I understood exactly how that would feel. Like, did they really sort of have that idea almost like you have lost all this in that world?
Yeah, I mean that was the idea with the chocolate pudding, was that it was just kind of the last shred of childhood that he was just kind of clinging on to, like really trying to, just hold on to his childhood, and because he didn't get to be a kid at all. Like once the apocalypse started, he had to be grown up. He had to at whatever age he was at. So the pudding is just like it's there's that moment of childhood that he missed out on.
I imagine when he actually filmed that though, he just has to eat loads of pudding.
Yeah, it was awful. Yeah, I hate chocolate pudding now, but everyone brings it to me at conventions.
Really? Oh, thank you. Oh man. If you, I love asking stuff like this. Again, I'm so food motivated. If that was Chandler in that situation, you could find one bit of food, what would your
Oh man, that's a great question. I mean, personally, in terms of this candy and sweets, I love I don't think it's atmosphere. Twix.
Is it Twix here? There's a few backstage.
Oh yeah.
There's a few left now, but that's all they.
Yeah, I love like Twix is like my favorite candy ever. So yeah, if I found like a package of Twix, that would be amazing. I would definitely sit on the roof and eat some Twix.
You should just reach out to Twix now.
I know, right? Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm going to recreate this if you just give me all the Twix forever. Oh man. If you could, and again, just because we love franchises and stuff like that, if you could be in any other franchise, everyone loves this question. Is there something that your eye would be on?
Oh man.
There's so many of those questions, there's so many, it's almost like you go, oh, because it's my personality as well.
Yeah. I feel like there's so many other shows that I love that have already ended, so it's hard to like.
We could do a retrospective.
Yeah, and you know, I love the show. It wasn't very popular. It's called Mr. Robot. I don't know if it was popular here. I probably was not at all. It wasn't popular in the States, but I love that show so much. I also love The Flash. That's another show that I've been trying to get on The Flash for like 7 years. It's been
that's our job now, if you want.
Yeah.
Then he was The Flash. I assume that's the official director's.
Yes. Nice.
Who would you want to be in the Flash universe?
Oh man. I just wanted to be like just a random metahuman. I would love just like a one-off episode. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to let you design your own Flash character. You get 3 powers.
Oh man, you are putting me on the spot here.
Yeah, I like to. It's my favorite. And you can have one normal one, like you could be super fast, super strong, but then just, you know, you could sleep whenever you want. Something like that. I mean, that is just called narcolepsy. It's fun.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I feel like shows like The Flash, I feel like they've thought of literally every superpower possible. That it's hard to like think of an original superpower that hasn't already been done on any of those shows. But I don't know. I definitely need some time to think about that.
Hey, we won't make you answer that. Don't worry. I'd love to see you answer that. Are you a big comic book fan still, or?
The only comic book that I've really gotten into is Red the Walking Dead.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I wish I could say that I want the comic books, but I have not. I think that's another comic book.
Hey, don't worry. Again, whatever you're into, we really love it.
Yeah. I want to read Invincible. Have you guys watched Invincible?
Yes, incredible.
Yeah. I really want to. I want to watch it. I want to read it. Everything.
I've never read it. It's pretty happy.
Yeah, actually, well, you know, there's a couple of times in the actual show, The Walking Dead, that my character is reading a comic book, just like sitting somewhere reading a comic book. And whenever he is reading a comic book, he's reading Invincible.
Is it?
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, it'd be pretty funny because like I'd be flipping through the pages in the middle of the scene, and then I'd flip past an ad for the TV show The Walking Dead, and I'm like, wait a second, just sitting on the set looking at an ad while I'm being filmed. Pretty cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
Imagine just one slips in.
Yeah.
It's so mad. That's amazing. Oh man, yeah, this was great.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, again, I'm just going to check on time. We will, well, there's a lot of you, so we are going to open up the floor to questions in a second. So if you have a question, have a think. Oh, already up, great. Thomas has been around. He's somewhere. Thomas, where are you? Oh, he's up there, he's just grabbing the mic, he's coming your way. Look at that, like he's bringing it, the Olympic torch. Here he comes. This way we go, oh yeah, over there, and then we'll come back this way. Brilliant. Alright.
Hey. Nice to meet you too. I'm so sorry, can you say that?
So if you stay on the Walking Dead, lose both eyes, is that the... Which have you done it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, if they would like shoot out my other eye, is that what you're saying to stay on the show? Yeah, why not?
Would you have gone blindfold or just 2 eye patches?
Yeah, well, I mean, I imagine like we don't have a blind character on the show. I imagine a blind character would not last too long on the show. Yeah.
I mean, already that's making me anxious what that episode would be like.
Yeah.
You'd definitely be lost in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, on your own.
Oh yeah, I have no idea where to go, and then just, that's it.
Yeah. A few flashbacks coming in. We had a question over this way. Is that a car hat, is it? Next to a Negan as well.
What scene you Christopher made and the scene you really doesn't like me?
Sorry, say that again. We got a lot of feedback from the. You can say that again?
What's the scene you prefer make from the scene? And what's the scene you really doesn't like me?
What's my favorite scene and my least favorite scene? Okay, yeah. My favorite scene to shoot, honestly, it's probably the whole episode of the pudding episode, as you guys know, not because of pudding. Because that whole episode was the first time that really gave my character a full arc, like started the episode to like the end of the episode. It was completely out of my comfort zone as an actor, and it actually had my audition scene in there. So my audition scene was like years and years ago, was my character yelling at Rick for, letting everyone die. And so getting to actually do that scene like 4 years later and really fleshed out was really, really cool. It was great. My least favorite, it's probably the scene where I had to leave the show because it was just, I've been on the show for so long and having to leave the show was really sad, but it is what it is. Yeah.
Again, heartbreaking. Good TV.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are crying, I guess that means I did my job right. That feels really weird to say.
No, it is. It's me and my wife were we saw Dogs on the Walking Dead. We have a period of mourning where we don't speak to each other for a few hours. And that was just split. Horrible. Yeah, it's amazing.
That's heavy.
Thank you. Any other questions? We've got some up this way. As Thomas gets out, I will ask you. Favourite zombie?
I love the well walker in season 2, the one that was pulled up out of the well that got ripped in half.
Yeah.
That one was so cool.
Yeah. I think I screamed at you that episode.
Yeah.
Going on. I was like, what are you doing? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, mate.
Been a big fan of the show since it took me a couple of minutes to get used to the show. I remember 2015, 2016, I finished watching the entire season on Netflix, the entire series. What season did you truly define the character before you entered the show?
Man, I feel like honestly season 4. Yeah, I feel like season 4 really kind of is when Carl went from being a kid. He was taught from being a kid to actually being a man and doing what needs to be done, not asking questions, not defying or standing up to his dad, you know what I mean? But just doing what needs to be done. And yeah, season 4 for sure. That's a good question. Thank you.
Again though, with that, you have a Paul had such a good arm with that sort of. It really let me sort of grow and scream and sort of exactly what you say, become sort of a man. That's why it was so shocking when you died, because it felt like they're going, oh, the teachers for the kids and this is their world. So much. Sorry, I really love The Walking Dead, so we'll try and just get to your questions as well over here, Chandler. We've got you down here. Yeah, we'll come in first and we'll come over there.
What do you think about the event when
How did I feel when he left? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, because I've known Andy for so long, I know how much time he spends on set away from his family. So getting him leaving the show, I was all for it because that meant that he could actually spend time with his family, raise his kids, and I was just super happy for him because I know how badly he would be on set and just being like, man, I miss my kids, I miss my wife, So it was, I was super stoked for him because I knew that he was finally going to be able to spend a lot of time with his family. Yeah.
But you're also like, but I'm your kid.
Right.
We're over there.
Hi, Chandler. Nice to meet you. One question. What was the most shocking death?
Ooh, oh man. Gosh, you know, honestly, when Negan went through and like, you know, killed Abraham and Glenn, I didn't know who it was going to be until I got the script. So we shot the first part of that scene, and I didn't know. I was like pretty sure that it wasn't going to be me because they didn't tell me anything. So I was like, okay, I think I'm in the clear, but I really didn't know. Like I didn't get confirmation as to who it was until I got the script. And yeah, so I think Abraham was probably more shocking because I didn't expect it to be. I figured it might be Glenn because of the comics, but not Abraham. So that was pretty shocking to me.
Generally, you get PTSD talking about it.
I know. And you know, the crazy thing actually about that whole sequence is that we shot 3 different versions of that whole sequence to throw off people that were spoiling the show. We shot a version where Maggie and Eugene died, where they got killed. We shot another version where Eugene and Aaron got killed. And then we shot the actual version where it was Glenn and Abraham. To kind of like throw off, you know, spoilers and everything. Yeah, so it was a lot of filming just me just crying on my knees for like
literally no emotional scenes, right?
Yeah.
Don't kill anyone!
Exactly, yeah.
Oh man. If, I'm gonna ask this. If you needed, who would you have chosen?
Nobody. No one.
He's good.
But like at the same time, it's like, I will admit that it was pretty brutal, but like when you look at it from Negan's perspective, like Rick and the gang, they killed like 30-something people.
Yeah.
They went out and just mowed down an entire outpost of people. So like Negan killing 2 of them, that seems pretty fair. Like, you know what I mean? But you know, it's a TV show. We gotta
Also, that's again something that the show did really well, is that morality sort of like, because it starts with that sort of really moral and human, and then it sort of goes, but you have to face this balance of morality.
Yeah.
It's really, like, it's really beautiful, I think. They've just twisted it from, no, this is how we are now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Questions? We have 1, 2, yeah, we're going to check the time because we'll try and get through these and then we're going to have to let Chandler go. So yeah, we'll do these last few and then we're out. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Hi, Chandler. So I have a question. Let's say tomorrow MC calls you and they want you to do a cameo in the new Rams movies.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, any other chance to work with Andy again, Rick, yeah, I would totally be down. Yeah, for sure.
There were a lot of iconic locations for watching this, like prison, Terminus, or Alexandria. Did you have any favorites?
You know, I think, God, because I was a fan of the comics, every single location was so cool. Because like getting to see it come to life, like while I'm there, like Herschel's farm, in prison, like you were saying, it was just so cool. But I will say, I think the prison was the coolest because that was the first time that we had a lot of like interior, at least I had a lot of interior scenes, which means that I got air conditioning. And man, it was great because I was so damn tired of being in the woods and like just in the heat all day. So
that was like your shower in season 1.
Exactly. Yes.
Amazing. Thomas, in front of you, we've got a show.
Yes.
Are there any common points between Carl's personality and yours?
Are there any what?
Any similar personality traits between you and Carl?
Oh, well, I don't murder people, for one. I haven't killed anyone yet. I don't know, I feel like Carl is definitely more of a, what's the right way to put it? I feel like he's a lot like just, I don't want to say like strong-willed, but he just like does things. He doesn't really think twice about them, you know what I mean? He just like, I don't know, and he has his morals are like very dead set, which I don't know. I have a lot of respect for the character, and that's why it was really cool for me to be able to play a character that I respect so much, and a lot of other people respect so much. So, I don't know, I wish I had a better answer for you. I'm sorry, but yeah, I was just super lucky to play a character that was really cool, and really strong, and powerful, and left in a really long-lasting impact on not only the fans, but the other characters in the show. He's still a relevant character in character stories like Judith and Michonne, so it's really cool to play a character that did that. It's cool. So thank you guys for letting Carl be a part of your lives and coming here and hang out with me for a bit. I really appreciate it.
Okay, we have one last question. Also, I've got one last question for you.
Okay.
This is a heavy one.
Okay.
If you were Carl, let's say you saw everything you were now, do you think you would carry any regrets with you? So anything that you think Carl did that you wouldn't be like, oh man, I don't know if I can do that.
Well, if I was Carl, I would be long dead because I would not survive in a zombie apocalypse. But I don't know. I feel like Carl regrets like a lot of the things that I would regret as Carl are the same things that he has regrets for. Specifically, that kid from Woodbury that he killed in season 3. A few other things here and there that he regrets doing. Things that I wouldn't regret, me personally. So I don't think there's much of a distance between them.
That's good. Last question.
So since you want to play, I didn't see another show on YouTube, but I see on Twitch. So my question is, are you trying to take a break and try new stuff, or you have a opportunity to find another?
Yeah, I'm auditioning for new things all the time. It's at least like 1-2 auditions every single week. So yeah, I've done, since The Walking Dead, I've done a couple of movies. I know one comes on Netflix. I did another show called A Million Little Things. It's really big in the States. But yeah, I'm just trying to book something new. Lots of auditions. But,
I mean, you're young, you're handsome, you're talented.
thank you.
You're going to be alright, mate.
Thank you. Thank
You're going to be alright. We're going to let Chandler go because he's a busy man, but you're here all weekend.
Yeah, I'm here all weekend. So thank you guys so much for coming out. I really, really appreciate it. If you guys have any more questions, come to my table.
Yeah, please go.
Thank you guys for coming here.